Yo, Elliot! Okay, so we got a question from our friend BB Kings Blue 789. Basically, he's experiencing a situation where his right arm is significantly weaker than the rest of his body. He says he's 100% sure that it has nothing to do with the muscular mass in that muscle. He doesn't know what's going on, but he'll go to the gym and perhaps he'll be lifting something with, two different dumbbells, and the grip in this hand will just sort of slowly give way, and the whole side just feels weak. He doesn't know what's going on. What I would invite you to take a look at and Google it, and then perhaps go and ask your orthopedist or physical therapist about thoracic outlet syndrome. Now, what that basically means is that your posture has taken such a form that it has closed the tiny little hole where the nerve would extend itself out from your neck into your arm. It's all about the nervous system, folks, and I'm always talking about this. We've got to go back to roots. We look at the muscle and we wonder what's going on. We look at the outside of our lives and we wonder what's going on. We don't want to look in. It's very difficult to look in. A step in from the muscular system is the nervous system. It's the driving force. If there's ever a problem with what's going on muscularly, you've got to ask yourself, am I giving my nervous system ample opportunity to express itself through these muscles? And a situation where you just got one arm that's weaker, perhaps, it could be a multitude of different reasons, but I would just invite you to take a look at this one. I've talked about the atlas before. This is another thing you want to consider. But I go based on hunches when I read you guys questions, because I can't assess you, I don't see you. That perhaps you should, if you get tingling, numbness in that hand at all, then I'm going to say I'm pretty sure that it would be thoracic outlet syndrome. The way that's dealt with, granted that it's not a genetic predisposition to having a tiny, I think they call it a fossa, the tiny little hole where the nerve shoots through. Granted that that's not the situation and you might need surgery or something. It can usually be corrected by correcting your posture. So if you notice that this arm, your right arm, has more of a medial rotation, so just basically hold two pencils in your hands, right? Holding them with the points out, and just drop your hands, just kind of like shake out and drop your hands. If you notice that the pencil points more in on one side than the other, then you have medial rotation of the upper arm going on, right? And that's a clear indication that you have tight pec minor, you have tight biceps, you probably have a tight sternocleidomastoid and upper trapezius on that side. So you can probably stretch all the muscles associated with that medial rotation, with that slight tipping forward of the shoulder girdle that would close that fossa, close that hole, and then cause a situation where the nerve is being impinged and giving you weakness in that arm. So the cool thing, folks, this is why I love fitness, it's why I love exercise, it's why I love all the stuff that I talk about, it's why I love talking, is that we can take control of most of our problems. Most of our issues are chronic in nature. That means that we've done something to get here, we could do something to get out of it. Very rarely is it acute. If you're born with it, that's one thing, or if you got hit with a baseball bat while you're, in a gang or something, I don't know, you'd be in a different situation. You'd be like, dude, well, you gotta go get surgery. But the fact is, the majority, I wanna say 90% of our dysfunctions, especially the questions that I answer here, can be dealt with if we correct our postures, we honor the nervous system, we honor the viscera, the organs, we honor the psychology, physiology of an individual, look at these 4 layers of strength that I often talk about, and we can always take a few steps back and heal ourselves through simple things like exercises, breathing, and eating right. Talk to you next time. Yo, Elliot!